northern Iowa and southern Minnesota.
Back into Young Arena and the Battle of Waterloo. Jamie Vaskey, Roger Reed back along with you as getting ready to start the final duels of this first session here today. Independence will be taking on Indianola. This last final duel will start at 106 pounds. So we will end with the heavyweights, kind of the old traditional way of starting dual meets, Roger, but a good start by the Independence Mustangs as they're now 2-0 as we head into the final dual meet of the day.
Yeah, they've been very impressive here this morning, very aggressive on their feet, looking for falls, and that's what you like to see, and that's the recipe for success. And anytime that you can do that, get more pins than you give up and win more matches than you lose, you're going to have a good day, and that's what the Mustangs have done so far. They like to put a little icing on the cake here with another win against Indianola team out of south of Des Moines, a big school, Class 3A, and they've got a boatload of kids on their wrestling team. And I like starting the traditional way. Start with these little guys and work up to the big guys, and it's a lot of fun, and we're going to have some good matches right here in Indianola, coached by Clint Manning. They were 11-9 last year in dual meets, again wrestling 20 duels, and that's a lot.
Absolutely, as we are underway here at 12-12, as the final duel of this morning's session is underway, and up right away here for the Mustangs at 106 pounds as they remain on mat number 2 here, as they were in the first duel that we covered here at 10:30 this morning, as it is Hoover from Independence. As looks like track wrestling being a little bit slow here. We'll get that match for you, but on the mat for Independence is Dalton Hoover, and Ryder Downey out with a quick takedown on Dalton Hoover.
Yeah, and he's got back points right now as he attacked the arms. He's got a tilt on, and there's just seeing more and more of those tilts from any position. He's got the left arm of Dalton Hoover trapped around his waist, and he tilted him, switches over to a chicken wing. He keeps the inside wrist, switches over to a chicken wing on the right. He's got Dalton Hoover on his back. There's the fall, Jamie, in 107. Ryder Downey will win by a fall, and that'll put the Indianola Indians up on the scoreboard first with a 107 fall. And you can just kind of see that coming as Downey's only freshman, tough freshman for the Indians. And he just tied the arms up and posted that left shoulder. When that happens, you're going to be in trouble.
Absolutely. As we move up to 113 pounds now, it's going to be Isaiah Weber for Independence, as Isaiah Weber taking on Bryce Aldridge of Indianola.
Well, and he's out to a quick start, Jamie. We saw him. He had a 10-1 major decision in that first duel, the second duel, the first one that we covered here today, over Clear Lake, and he was all business on his feet, and out quick with a 7-second takedown, got in on a deep double. Now he's got a cradle. He's locked up a cradle on Chandler Lowry. He's got him on his back. So this is Aldridge. This is Bryce Aldridge, another freshman for the Indians. They've got 3 freshmen right in a row, Downey, Aldridge, and Trey Koss at 120. And Weber's going to pick up a 3-point near fall off the cradle. Now he goes right back to work on a tight waist tilt. And he's got Bryce Aldridge on his back one more time. And he's going to pick up another 3-point near fall. And quickly, Isaiah Weber is out to a fine 8-0. We just went by a minute here, and he's already out 8-0. So he's making short work of the freshman from Indianola. Once again, here comes the tilt. He's got Aldridge in trouble. Not going to get the fall here, but he's going to pick up a 3 near fall right on the edge of the mat. We'll see if our official stops it. And he's not going to. He'll let him wrestle on the edge of the mat here. And who's going to keep that? Isaiah Weber's going to keep that tilt. And now Aldridge rolls out of it, so it's going to be a 3-point near fall. So 11-0 lead, Jamie. That's good. That, and the first period's not even over yet.
He's still got 20 seconds yet to try to he could work a couple more near falls coming up here And maybe he is trying to get this thing over in this first period, but if he did, that'd be pretty impressive, as he's already built an 11-0 lead with just 20 seconds left to go.
Yeah, I think if locked up that tilt again, and I was going to try drive cradle, near side cradle on the left side, and Aldrich does a nice job with hand control. Now a cross-face cradle attempt, butcher attempt by Weber. He's trying to get this thing over. The freshman from Indianola has to post his right leg as Weber is out tough with that butcher. 2 seconds left to go, and that's going to do it. Great job by the freshman from Independence. 11-0 after one. And hopefully he can keep the pedal to the metal here, Jamie, and keep pushing the tempo. He's got a good motor. He does a nice job of pushing the tempo.
And I think he's going to go top here. You know, we've talked about that the last couple of weeks. If you know you're good somewhere, go for it and go on top. We saw him. He was able to turn Aldridge a few times in that first period, so go right back at it.
And he's doing that right now. He's got Aldrich broken down with a very nice spiral ride. He's digging an inside wrist on the left. And now he's going to scoop that left wrist and try to pull it out to a bar. And he might try to set up a ball and chain with the left wrist. He's trying to trap it between the legs of Aldrich. Aldrich is going to go belly down. So Weber goes right back to work. He's that Syracuse ride, that inside wrist ride, which is very physical. Aldrich will roll that left arm out and freeze. That's fine with Weber as he goes cross-face left to right. Trying to set up a cross-face cradle is Isaiah Weber on Bryce Aldrich from Indianola. Again, if you're just joining us, this will be the last match of the day for the Mustangs. They're 2-0, trying to make a 3-0 over Class 3A Indianola, and they're up 6-0. Excuse me. They're down 6-0 right here. Look at the scoreboard. There's a tilt attempt by Weber. Aldrich pulls through. On the scoreboard, the Mustangs will be red. There's a cradle. There's a nice cradle, Jamie.
Yeah, right off of the stalling warning against Aldrich. So that's what you like to see, is trying to lock up and pick up the ball here is Isaiah Weber.
He's got it in deep, cross-face cradle. Aldrich is trying to punch that. There's the fall right there. There's the fall in 3:22. That's a nice job by the freshman. He's going to go. The matches that we saw, major decision against Clear Lake, and now you win by fall. So that's a great morning.
Yeah, it really is. And, you know, that's what kind of after the tough start that the Mustangs had, they're losing that first match by fall. Great job coming back here and picking up a fall and even this dual meet up at 6-6. As we move to 120 pounds, it's going to be Thomas Madison from Independence, as he will be taking on Chandler Lowry.
Chandler Lowry, so he's a 113-pounder, Jamie, that's moved up. So Thomas Madison can use the size difference here and just really get after it. Thomas Madison getting caught against the Clear Lake Lions and losing by fall. See if he can get back on the winning side of it here. A staggered stance. Staggered stance by Madison, leading with that right leg. Now low single attempt by Madison as it's dodged quickly by Chandler Lowry. Lowry now is going to try to take an overhook. That was double underhooks now by Madison. He's trying to bear hug. He's got a body lock on Lowry. He's got Lowry on his back. Hip toss by Madison. Chandler Lowry on his back in a high bridge, trying to roll through. Half Nelson now by Madison to try to keep him there. As Lowry's going to roll through now, a hard cross face from right to left. Madison ripping that cross face. That switches from left to right. And Madison being very physical out of the gate here, Jamie.
Yeah, I was just going to say that after he didn't get the fall and Lowry was able to roll out of it, he went right back to that crossface, and now he's going to go to a crossface cradle again. He could get the fall here.
That is side. He's trying to get his bottom knee in the side, and Lowry's going to kick out of it and roll off the edge of the mat, but that's going to be another 3-point near fall for Madison. And I'm telling you what, he is on a mission right here, using his size advantage to his the size differential to his advantage here. As Lowry looks in a book as a 113-pounder moving up to wrestle Madison here. 6-6 is our dual meet score just underway. There's an inside stand-up attempt by Lowry. And once again, Madison rips that crossface from left to right, catches the cheekbone of Lowry. He gets all the way to his feet. There's a lifting return by Madison. And that, a hard crossface once again. He's working the left side of Lowry. Now a crossface cradle step. He's going to go to a butcher here as he traps that right elbow. He's trying to circle the head of Lowry. Lowry's facing out, trying to block him off with his right leg. Madison's going to circle. He had Lowry to his side momentarily. Now he's going to block his head with his right knee. And now it's up across face cradle. Good chain wrestling here by Thomas Madison. He's going to pick up at least 2 on the near fall. Going to give him 2 right there. Yes, he did. Chain wrestling at its best right there, Jamie.
Yeah, and you know, to go get that 10 nothing lead as you go to the third period is a heck of a start here for Thomas Madison, and he's going to go down here and try to build on that here in this third period or second period. Excuse me.
Yeah, I think Chandler Lowry had enough of being underneath Thomas Madison, so he's going to take his try to take his chances riding. That's going to end up being a 2-point reversal right there by Madison. He tried to break free, and instead of splitting the hand, he just dropped right back down into a double, picked up a 2-point reversal. It's 12-0, 1:43 and counting, period number 2. And Madison feeling it right here, trying to set up another cross face. He got inside wrist. I think he's asking his coach if he should let him go. Now he's got a chicken wing on the left side. He's trying to run that, and Lowry's going to find the outside edge of the mat. We'll get a restart. So I'm liking what I'm seeing right now out of Thomas Madison as he is getting after the fall here as we are knotted up at 6-6. Right past 120. Our third and final duel of the day, this morning session. They're scheduled to go. There's a 3-quarter Nelson by Madison. He's trying to drive Lowry. Trying to curl Lowry's head underneath. He kicks the leg free. Now goes to a butcher. Lowry's going to block off. Madison quickly pops over to a cradle. Trying to lock his hands. And Chandler Lowry will have nothing of it right now. I think he's learned his lesson after the first 2. So Madison's going to stack him up with a chicken wing. There's going to be a 2-point near fall by Madison. He's going to end this match, Jamie. If he doesn't get the fall here, he's going to end it. He's trying to get the fall here.
Still might get the fall.
Lowry's trying to roll through as Madison's got a chicken wing loaded up. That could be a fall right there. He's going to try to half Nelson with his left knee. Chandler Lowry trying to roll through into a high bridge. Madison's going to readjust. There's the fall. 3:24. Thomas Madison will win by a fall. That's just some physicality and staying. What I liked about that, Jamie, no let up. He kept the pressure on for the first and second period.
Yeah, he did, and he just continued. Like you said, that pressure once he started, it started with that first takedown that he got in the first period, you know, and from that point, he was just able to continue to build and build and build. And, you know, anytime Lowry would try to roll out of a move, he did such a great job, Madison did, of just catching him in something else and moving that chain wrestling from combination to combination. That was a great job by Thomas Madison and puts the Mustangs up now 12-6 here as we go to the third match of this dual meeting. And it's going to be Caleb Straw it is going to be Holt. It's going to be, let's see if we can pull it up here. He's not listed in our program. And we got Trey Koss for the Indianola Indians. And we got Holt from Independence. We'll try to get his first name for you here. And we apologize for that Mustang not listed in our program, but as I said, the coaches are bringing everybody today, trying to get some experience, getting these guys get some mat experience. Trey Koss up on top, and he's got an inside wrist. He rolled it out to a bar. Trying to curl the head. He's working on the left side. Got the left arm to a bar. He's trying to curl the head. He's looking to his bench for some help here. I'm not sure if the freshman from Indianola is having a hard time. He's got a bar here, and he's holding with his right. He's going to try to curl the head of Holt from Independence up. Now he scoops the arm. He's going to try to Trey Koss is going to try to throw Holt to his back, and nice job here for the Mustangs. They're going to get stalling now against Holt underneath. Jackson Holt, thank you very much. Jackson Holt. Nice job underneath to get his arm back, but he's going to get dinged for stalling for basing out. Trey Koss up on top. Indianola, 3 freshmen in a row. Ryder Downey, Bryce Aldridge, and Trey Koss going at it right here. Chandler Lowry was the last one.
Oh, that's right. He's a junior. Apologize for that. Looked in our program. All right, Trey Cox up on top once again, right, and that's going to do it for period number one. 2-0 lead for the freshman from Indianola. All matches so far, we started at 106. All matches have ended by a fall. 12-0 on the scoreboard in favor of the Mustangs. It looks like Jackson Holt will ride on top. He's going to ride the left side of Trey Cox. He's going to get caution for a caution. Had his head off to the side. That head's got to be right in the middle of the back. Official puts him in position. There's an inside stand-up by Cox. Nice lift and return by Jackson Holt, showing a little bit of physicality as he drives the head and chest of Trey Cox right back into the mat there. Like to see that out of your freshman. 135 and counting. Hard cross face by Holt. Trying to set up a cross face cradle from left to right. Trey Cox now facing out. Might get a stalling against Kraus. Against Cox, as he is based out on all fours, not making any attempt to move. Just content to letting Jackson Holt ride him out and work him over. And a Holt trying to set up a cross face cradle off of it. See if our official's going to ding. Yes, he is right there. He's going to ding Trey Cox stalling as he was just down on his belly and not doing a thing for a whole minute. So, see what happened. The second half of the second period, and Jackson Holt up on top trying to work a cross-face cradle, and he's driving that left arm from left to right. He's trying to shove the right elbow of Trey Cox forward so he can grab that right tricep and set up that cross-face cradle. And the freshman from Indianola is going to get dinged for stalling right there. Referee down telling him you got to keep moving. And for a minute and a half, Trey Cox now up to his feet, trying to split the hands of Jackson Holt. There's a back trip by Holt, 20 seconds left to go. And that Jackson Holt is working over the freshman from Indianola, Jamie, but no points to show for it.
Yeah, and, like you said, he's done a great job. He came out and he's really dominated this second period on top, but, picked up a stall call in there. But like you said, like you had said, no points to show for it. Now it'll be his choice going into the third.
Well, we'll see what he decides to do. He's going to go up on top. Going to go back up on top. Again, didn't give up any points. Rode out Trey Cox for that whole second period. He's going to go right back to work. He looked at his coaching staff there, and then he said, stay with the cross face, try to set up that cradle. And I would imagine within a few seconds here, if Trey Cox doesn't get his head up and start moving, we might get a stalling call. Holt gets a little bit high riding now as Cox traps his left hand, tries to bring it over the top and sit out and turn him, but Jackson Holt drives him forward and snatches that left wrist. Trying to get a tilt is Holt now. He's got the left wrist of Trey Cox trapped underneath. Jamie, very frustrating if you're Jackson Holt wrestling a guy that's just doing as little as possible to try and survive here.
Yeah, exactly. And now he comes up to his feet, and you kind of see that life come out of him here. But Jackson Holt, if he can keep doing what he's doing on top, maybe you get another stall call, and then you're down one, and potentially you got an opportunity then to maybe turn and get some points and win the match.
Yeah, Trey Cox used the first period takedown, and then he laid around for the whole second period. Jackson Holt working him over. This third period, we're down to 55 seconds, and Holt trying to tilt Cox from Indianola up. He's got a tight waist on. He's got that left elbow trap. The freshman from Indianola, again, content just to do as Lily moves just enough to convince our official that he's still working underneath. We'll see if there's a point at which Jackson Holt cuts him loose. There's a sit-out attempt now by Cox underneath. Holt goes right back to work with a crossface. 26 seconds left to go in period number 3. Again, Trey Cox from Indianola hanging on. There's a stand-up now by Cox to try to split the hands of Holt. Holt's going to drop in on a single. 16 seconds left to go. Cox now trying to stuff the head of Holt. Might have a 2-point reversal here, and he does. Trey Cox is going to pick up a 2-point reversal with 5 seconds left to go in this match, and he will win this thing 4-0. So, Jamie, the freshman from Independence, does just enough to get the 4-0 win.
No, No, he lost. Indianola.
Yeah.
Not Independence.
Trey Cost, yes.
Yes.
Trey Cost does just enough to get the win.
Yep, Jackson Holt,
yeah.
falling in that match for the Mustangs as he loses. Yeah, you're right. He did just enough. Holt did a great job of riding on top, but again, just not quite enough as you needed that turn in that third period. And I think that's where they wanted him. They wanted Jackson Holt underneath or on top in that third period, and that's where he was comfortable. He did a good job and needed to try something at the end. Unfortunately, it didn't come back as Holden Griffith up for the Mustangs here at 132 pounds now. As Holden Griffith.
We have Brock Elbert listed in our program, and that's who's up on the map for the Indians. Brock Elbert's listed in our program. He's a senior, and the Holden Griffith now has Elbert on his back. He's got a chicken wing with the left, and now he's gonna get his chest up on top. He's gonna grab the chin. He's gonna go over the top and grab the chin. Brock Elbert is gonna pick up a 3-point near fall. And I'm telling you what, that was a very physical move there by Holden Griffith, as he had that chicken wing and just went around the head and neck and grabbed the chin of Brock Elbert and just pulled him right over. And the Independence Mustangs are on a mission here to try to win this third duel. The other chicken wing, Holden Griffith has the left arm of Brock Elbert in a chicken wing, trying to set up a double chicken wing. Elbert now belly down, trying to turn around, trying to face Griffith. Griffith doing a nice job keeping his chest down, trying to set up that double chicken wing, and he's going to get his chest high, and Elbert's going to wiggle that left arm loose. And the Holden Griffith will shove him off the edge of the mat. So, nice first minute and a half for Holden Griffith. All right, he's going to ride the left side as we get reset. And he quickly drives Brock Elbert to the mat with a tight waist, chops that left arm. And he's going to go right back to work on an inside wrist. Another chop as Elbert got back to his base. Griffith tried to dig a chicken wing in on the right side, short stand-up. Got chicken wing on the left. Out of the scramble, chicken wing on the left by Griffith. And he's going to try to get off the hips of Elbert and run that chicken wing. But he's going to run out of time. The first period is going to end right here with Holden Griffith up 5-0 off that nice takedown and chicken wing and a snap back. And it's going to be Elbert's choice as the Indians have the Red Lake bands on today. Independence in their traditional gray singlets today with the white front. Silver gray singlets with the white front, the big maroon eye on front, outlined in black. We're going neutral. Elbert chose neutral. And Holden Griffith is going to snap Elbert down to the mat. He's going to cover his hips up on a snap and go, snap and spin. He's going to cover the hips up for 2 and pick up a 2-point takedown. Now Brock Elbert, Jamie, finds himself back underneath, and I wouldn't be surprised if Griffith does more of that. He tries to get in a position which he can dump Elbert to his back.
Yeah, exactly. And he's done a good job. Already. He's picked up the 2 takedowns and taken him to his back. And in a situation here now with Holden Griffith, he's got him right where he wants him again, where he had him in that first period and was able to turn him a couple times, or turn him for near fall points.
Yeah, he's got that left arm out. This time he goes to a bar. Got that left arm of Brock Elbert trapped across his back. He's trying to switch grips right here. Wants that baseball grip. That's going to try to scoop the head with his left arm. He's holding the wrist with his right, trying to scoop the arm with his left. And Brock Elbert is belly down, head down. Now chicken wing, scoops the chicken wing back, and as he does, he lets Brock Elbert slip it free. So right back to work. Holden Griffith has to go for the pinning combination. He saw, Jamie, those takedowns were under 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Holden Griffith is pretty tough on his feet, But he's going to be content to grind it out here. 25 seconds left to go. Now he's going to cut Elbert loose. 20 seconds left. It's 7-1 now. There's a double by Griffith. He's just deep. That's a piece of cake right there, Jamie.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, he makes that look so easy.
He did, and I think that'll be something they look at here in this third period as you start to build that lead a little bit with 3 seconds left to go, and they didn't stop the clock.
I think officially they're going to give it 1 second here. They give it 1 second here. And that's going to do it right there, third period. Whose choice is going to be. All right. Elbert's choice. He's going to choose down. And we'll see if Griffith cuts him loose. I might cut him loose because Indian only guys know how to stall underneath, Jamie. I might just cut him loose. And as easy as holding Griffith for 3 takedowns, as easy as he made those look, you know, rack up some points here. So he's got Elbert belly down once again with a tight waist with the left, hard chop with the right. And again, the Indian-only Indians content to go on all fours. And now it's a knee slide by Elbert. And Griffith's going to knock him back down to the mat. With a tight waist on the right this time. Now he's going to scoop that left arm one more time. Might have a tilt opportunity here. As he's got the left arm of Brock Elbert trapped around his waist. If he can load him up on his hip and tilt him. Try and score. He's got a major decisions now, working 9-1. Now we'll see if he can increase his lead here with the back points. Maybe there's a sit-out turn in by Elbert, and now Griffith's going to cut him loose. 9-2. So Elbert takes the major decision away. So there's a double by Griffith. And I'll tell you what, he gets through and cuts the corner. And now he's going to cut Elbert loose again. 11-3. Holden Griffith feeling it right now. He's got Brock Elbert flat-footed on the mat. 56 seconds left to go. There's a half a shot by Elbert. And Griffith's just going to push him away. There's a double again by Griffith in deep. He's going to set Elbert on his backside. Elbert tries to elevate him and roll Griffith through. Holden Griffith having none of that. He's going to pick up a 2-point takedown. Now we're going to get stalling against Elbert. He's going to come to a sit-out and grab the right knee of Holden Griffith. And Griffith gets very high. He's going to try to put a cross body right in, but I think Elbert's going to come out the back door, pick up a 2-point reversal. Yes, he does with 20 seconds left. Nice switch by Griffith. He's going to try to pick up 1, maybe 2. He's still got the major decision at 13-5. He's going to try to hop around Elbert. With 8 seconds left to go, that's where we're going to end right there, Jamie. And Holden Griffith's going to pick up a 13-5 major decision.
Yeah, nice job there by Holden there. Just, again, wrestling start to finish, just really tough that entire way. And did a great job. That's going to put the Mustangs up now 16-9. What was that score?
13-5. Major, yes, indeed. And there's nothing more frustrating to wrestle somebody that when you take them down, all they do is get back to the base. It's just base out.
What do you have? 4 takedowns in it?
4 takedowns. Yeah.
And they were all really easy, all pretty easy takedowns that he was able to get in on. So great job by Holden Griffith there to come back and get that major decision.
Well, we're going to see Caleb Straw up for the Mustangs right now, and for the Indians, this is going to be Camden Lloyd. Camden Lloyd is a sophomore at 138. Caleb Straw is a sophomore at 138. And Straw out early with a takedown. Got him deep on a double leg again. Just popped the head. And, what I like, Jamie, about that fundamental wrestling. That's wrestling 101. Good setup, good attack, good finish.
It was, and not waiting around. You talk about the finish. It was immediately after he got in there. He didn't sit around and give Lloyd an opportunity to, kind of gain his composure back, and just took him right down to the mat. Now, and like what we've talked about all morning and into the afternoon here is how the Mustangs go right back to work. They go right into their pinning combinations on top.
Well, they do, and Caleb Strong's trying to set up a cross-face cradle, but these Indianola Indians, they must drill that, Jamie. Go on all fours and just face out and see how long they can hold. And there's finally a sit-out turn-in, and Straw's going to cut Camden Lloyd loose. So we'll go back to our feet. Indianola Indians, south of Des Moines there, Class 3A. that Metro Conference. Here we go. Back to work they go. And there's a double leg takedown by Straw. Scramble situation as Camden Lloyd comes to life here as he reaches back and grabs the left ankle of Caleb Straw. Straw hanging on to the left ankle of Camden Lloyd. Now he's going to try to elevate. Straw comes up with a cross body. Looks like he's got a cross body right in. It's straight between the legs. Scramble situation. Camden Lloyd trying to come out of the scramble as now he attaches the head. Now it's going to be a 2-point takedown. 2-point takedown for Caleb Straw there, Jamie. Our referee, Coach Clint Manning is going to come over and talk to our referees are conferring right here. They might wipe that takedown off. We'll see. As referees are going to talk about it. Now they're going to wipe that takedown off. Yep. Yeah. Our referees talked about it. Hey, that's good officiating. We needed that the other night at Beckman, Jamie. Yeah. That's what you do. You got two officials on the mat. One's in front of the action, one's behind the action, so they can see everything. And you get a scramble situation at the end of a period, and get referees talking about it, and they wave it off, and that's great officiating.
It is, and you've got two of the best out there doing this dual meet right here, and Bob Murphy and Eric Eckerman. So you've got a current, I think is he the athletic director up at Clarksville? Eric Eckerman?
I think so.
And a former athletic director, so either athletic director or principal on that.
They know a lot about wrestling, so there's two of the best right there. So as we start period number 2, that's going to be a nice takedown by Straw. He got in on a single this time, and what he did, he got in on that low single, and they couldn't pick the knee up as Camden Lloyd put a lot of weight on that, so he cut across and blocked the far knee and just drove over it and covered his hips up. So once again, Caleb Straw making it look easy here against Camden Lloyd from Indianola. There's another stand-up by Lloyd, and Straw's going to cut him loose. 4-3 now is our match score. 16-9 is our dual meet score in favor of the Independence Mustang. Now there's a shot by Lloyd. Lloyd gets in on a deep shot, and he's going to score 2. So the top 4 from Indianola gets some life here in period number 2 as he goes up 5-4 with a good low single and got that up, and Straw missed on the whizzer, and Lloyd pulled that up and back tripped him and took him down to the mat, covered his hips up for the 2. Now with 40 seconds left to go, Caleb Straw finds himself underneath the lanky redhead from Indianola. Indianola coach up out of his chair talking about keeping control of the hips. We got the Mustang coaching staff saying, get back to your feet, get back on the attack. All right, there's the whistle as Straw gets set. Camden Lloyd is going to ride the left side this time, trying to dig a chicken wing in on the left side of Caleb Straw. 22 seconds. Straw trying to get back up to his base. A 1-point escape here would be huge. 16 seconds and counting as Camden Lloyd is riding parallel. He's got that left arm of Caleb Straw trapped underneath. Now he pops his hips out. Pops his hips out to the right side, tries to pull that left elbow under, and that's going to do it for period number 2. Let's see whose choice it's going to be. It's going to be Green's choice. That's going to be Caleb Straw's choice, and he's going to go back to neutral. You have to get after it here, Jamie. You're down by 1. Camden Lloyd, there's a low single by Straw. He's in deep. Comes another scramble situation. Straw's going to come up and gets his head up. He gets through the leg. There's a leg cradle by Lloyd. This could be 2. This could be a 2-point takedown by Camden Lloyd. He comes out the leg cradle. Switches off to regular. He's got Clint there. He's got Caleb Straw on his back. And there's a fall, Jamie. There's a fall. Camden Lloyd came out of the scramble. He had his leg around the waist of Caleb Straw, locked up a cradle, and the lanky redhead uses that length and notches a fall there with that cradle. So that's a tough one for Caleb Straw. He dominated that first period and a half.
Yeah, he really did, and that's one he's going to want back. You talked about the domination of that first period. And we're talking about how he got in and went right to work on his offense from going right after it, but then you turn around and next thing you know you're giving up a couple takedowns of your own and get caught in that cradle at the end of the match. So the Mustangs now they lead it by 16-15 as we move up to 145. It's Brady Webb for Independence taking on Caleb Cloverdance, a sophomore from Indianola. A 2-point takedown for Cloverdance and now a 2-point reversal for Webb.
The first time we've seen Webb in action today. After he received a forfeit against Clear Lake. So he's trying to keep the lead on the Mustang side, doing a great job with that reversal. Now he's got a chicken wing on the left side of Cloverdance. And Cloverdance up on all fours. Cloverdance trying to come to his feet. Nice job by Webb, Brady Webb, to drive Cloverdance forward and keep the weight going forward. Cloverdance will flip the wing out, and Webb will have to go back to action on top. He's going to ride the right side, tight waist. He's going to chop that right arm, trying to set up a ball and chain. And Cloverdance will flip the right arm out and go back to all fours. There's a switch step by Cloverdance. Nice tight waist and a chop by Webb. He comes out of the chop with a chicken wing. Cloverdance trying to post with his right knee as Webb has the chicken wing on the left side, trying to run it from left to right. Now he pops over to the right side, tries to put a half Nelson in. Cloverdance belly down, trying to tuck his head under. Now an inside wrist by Webb. 16 seconds. So it's a chicken wing with a half, chicken wing with an inside wrist, and no points yet for Brady Webb. As Cloverdance, the sophomore from Indianola, a very young wrestling team here. One senior in these first 8 weights here. The rest are sophomores, freshmen, and 1 junior. 1 senior, one junior. The rest are freshmen and sophomores. All right. 2-2. Knotted up at deuces. Second period underway. Nice swing. Let's see if Webb can finish it. He does not. Got his hips out. Tried to finish the switch. This time he'll finish it. As he switched sides, Cloverdance followed him around. It just as he felt that pressure change, Brady Webb switched sides and finished the switch. And now he's back to work on top with the tough wing on the left. Let's see if he can make this work this time.
And this is where you got to kind of have that killer instinct. You've got him down. You got him flat on the mat. You got a wing in. You got to go with it. Don't be nice on top here. You got to go after it here if you're Brady Webb and try to get the pin here. The Mustangs only have a 1-point lead. It's 16-15 in the dual meet, so you really got to get your bonus points when you can.
Yeah, and underneath, Cloverdance is playing the possum underneath again. He's got his head down. Now we're going to get stalling. We get stalling against Cloverdance underneath, and now a knee slide to a stand-up. There's a nice chop, and a front trip by Brady Webb, and he's going to drive Cloverdance back down to the mat. Now he switches to a bar. Got the left arm of Cloverdance trapped across his back. Now he's going to scoop a wing again, and Cloverdance going to flip the wing. Going to go right back to work with a tight waist and a chop on the left. Trying to scoop a wing on the right. And Webb riding a little parallel right here, but underneath Cloverdance, just seems to me like Jamie, they'll play that base out, try to conserve a little energy, and then they'll score in a flurry, just like there's going to be 1 point stalling against Cloverdance. It's going to be a Webb 1 point there with 12 seconds left to go. And our Indianola coach is not happy about that.
Yeah, and in that situation, you talked about it. They wait till their short time, and then they have a quick burst, and that's why he had that quick burst right after getting called for stalling.
Yeah, and Coach Manny over there, I'll tell you what, he's going to talk to our official. But that's a good call. I mean, you're down underneath, and all you're doing is your belly down, your head's down, and all you're doing is trying to prevent being turned over instead of trying to get out of the hold. And there's a big difference there, and that's what our officials doing.
Yeah, there is a big difference, and we've seen it. We've seen it in this dual meet already with these guys. Is seeing those guys stalling until then they have one big burst, and that time they got caught before the big burst.
Yeah, our coach is going to sit in his chairs. Our official sent him right back over. And there's Cobranz, Jamie. All of a sudden, that's the dangerous right there. That was going to be a legal hold. They had a figure, had a scissor around the leg. Brady Webb had a scissor around the head of Cobranz. Cobranz shot a double. Cobranz all of a sudden got a lateral drop on the edge of the mat, off the edge they go. All of a sudden, Cobranz caught life here, Jamie.
Yeah, and if you're Brady Webb, you got to do a good job of weathering the storm here. As like you said, he's really come to life, and you got to stop and try to get a takedown here.
And there's a throw attempt by Cobranz. He's got Brady Webb going to his back, Jamie. Brady Webb on his back as Cobranz catches him in a lateral drop. There's a fall by Cobranz, and we just talked about that. Brady Webb for 4 minutes and 4 minutes and about 15 seconds, leading this match and on top 5-3, and it gets caught in a throw, and all of a sudden the Indians take a 21-16 lead. That is huge.
Yeah, that's definitely unfortunate. There is now you gotta rely on one of your upperclassmen here, Matthew Doyle, to come out and try to turn the tide here a little bit, as you've lost 2 straight matches by fall. You gotta turn things around here a little bit if you're Matthew Doyle in the Mustangs.
All right, for Indianola, they're going to send a junior to the mat, Nick Bonanno, and Matt Doyle is promptly going to drop in on a single and flips on the trip. And Bonanno is going to counter. That's a nice Kelly by Doyle as he traps the right elbow of Bonanno around the waist. He's going to pick up a 2-point takedown. Got Bonanno on his back for a 2-point near fall. That's just excellent wrestling by the junior from Independence, Matthew Doyle. And got a half Nelson looking at him right on the right side, but missed it. He's going to pick up another 2-point near fall off another tilt. It should be up 6-0 now. They don't have it on the board yet. Then they just counted that as 4. They didn't change the hold, so they just counted that as 4. Same hold, 2 count again. So 4-0, Matt Doyle up 4-0. And again, the Mustangs find themselves down by 5 after weight class 145. So the tough guys in the stable, Jamie's got to pull through and get the Mustangs back up into the lead. Matt Doyle's trying right here over the junior Indian Nick Bonanno.
Yeah, and he's doing a good job again, as we've seen early on here by the Mustangs, is doing a great job of working side to side and changing those pinning combinations. Is Matthew Doyle here, but you got to keep going to work. 30 seconds left to go in this first period. You got to come out if you're Matthew Doyle and continue to try to work to get the fall here.
One thing we found out, Jamie, you can't relax. If you relax, bad things are going to happen. So, as we talked about Thursday night, whistle to whistle, wrestling from whistle to whistle, and no let-ups here. There's a stand-up by Bonanno. Nice trip by Doyle. He's going to come out. He's going to snatch the right knee of Bonanno and throw a half Nelson in. And Bonanno's going to roll off the edge as Doyle misses an opportunity for some back points. Very short, stocky Bonanno from Indianola. And the Mustangs beating City High today 45-28. Topping 2A Clear Lake. Topping 2A Clear Lake 43-27. Now they're trying to have their way with another Class 3A team in Indianola. 4-0, Matt Doyle is up. Our dual meet score is 21-16 in favor of the Indians. And Matt Doyle coming off the edge of the mat there. A little bit frustrated. Tripod stand-up by Bonanno. Tight waist by Doyle. Bonanno's going to fight some hands. Doyle will back trip. Bring him back down to the mat. Short sit again by Bonanno. Doyle doing what you do. Stay under the arms. Going to suck him back. And the period is going to end. A lot of good action there, Jamie, by a couple of good ones.
No, there is. And, really good first period by Matthew Doyle. That's we talked about, your team you had a 16-9 lead. All of a sudden, that lead's gone. You're down 5 points. You need one of your upperclassmen, and that's the situation here where Matthew Doyle's going to have to come in for the Mustangs and try to kind of be a leader here and turn this thing around.
So you're exactly right. You like to have a stopper, and Matt Doyle would be a good stopper right here. There's a short sit, though, by Bonanno. He's going to turn out and face Doyle. Doyle's got a front headlock. Bonanno's trying to short drag through. Now up to his feet, there's a 1-point escape by Bonanno. So it's 4-1 now with 1:36 left to go in period 2. So back to neutral we go. Bonanno's going to lead with his right leg. Staggered stance, short socket, and a nice double by Doyle. He's going to lift Bonanno up on the mat, trip him, take him to the mat for a 2-point takedown. Now he's going to try to climb the body. Bonanno goes right back to that short sit position. He's feels very comfortable there. So Doyle will have to tight waist and pull him back to him. Bonanno will sit out and go off the edge of the mat. 6-1. 6-1 now is your match score. 109 left to go in period number 2. Started weight class 106. Then we're moving right along to weight class 152. There's a stand-up by Bonanno, and Doyle's going to cut him loose, 6-2. 101. There's a high crotch attempt by Bonanno, reshot by Doyle. Bonanno very short and stocky, so Doyle's really got to lower his level. Does a nice job of changing levels here to attack the legs of the much shorter Bonanno. There's a slide by Bonanno off the edge of the mat. He's going to cover the hips of Doyle, and Doyle's going to find the edge of the mat, so no points there. He gets up and winces just a little bit. Not sure if he turned that knee, his right knee, but it gets up off the mat. Winces. The slide by attempt by Bonanno. There's a double by Doyle. Leaves that elbow out. There's a slide by attempt by Bonanno. He's going to pick up 2. Bonanno's going to pick up 2 as he traps Doyle and he's got his right leg trapped inside the left leg of Matt Doyle. Now he's going to pop it out, cover the hips of Doyle. 25 seconds left to go. Inside wrist now. Bonanno riding an inside wrist on the left. Matt Doyle with his chest down now, belly down. There's an inside wrist by Bonanno. He rolls it out to a bar. You got Matt Doyle in a little bit of a problem right here. We're going to get potentially dangerous as Bonanno went to that bar arm, baseball grip. He tried to drive Doyle back over it and lifted that up too far off the back, so we're going to get potentially dangerous. Once again, Jamie, we have another Indian catching life here at the end of the period.
Yeah, and, that's a situation where, Doyle got a little bit, he was in on a shot, and then he relaxed just a little bit, and Bonanno was able to come in, get that leg, and get that anchor hooked and pick up a 2-point takedown.
So our second period's going to close here, so this thing's going to be settled in period number 3, and Bonanno's going to choose neutral. As Matt Doyle gets up just a little bit slow, he's going to readjust his headgear, take a look over to
must be Doyle's choice.
Yeah, he's going to choose down. I think Bonanno's going to cut him loose.
That's what they want, yeah. I think Bonanno thought when he looked over and saw his coaches doing both up, Bonanno thought it was his choice, but it's Doyle's choice. His coaches just wanted him to intentional release him.
The high crotch attempt by Doyle. Go behind attempt now by Bonanno. Doyle's in a Kelly position as he traps the right elbow, pitches it tight. Bonanno's got Doyle in a drive cradle for 2. He's got a drive cradle. He's trying to scoop the right knee to take Doyle to his back. Matt Doyle's going to find himself fighting off his back one more time. Nick Bonanno in a drive cradle, and he's got Matt Doyle in trouble right here. With 1:24 left to go, that's a long time to fight out of your back, Jamie. As Nick Bonanno is going to try to readjust himself and flatten out. Doyle breaks the grip of Bonanno, and he's going to roll out of it. He's going to fight off his back one more time. There's a 3-point near foul by Bonanno, but he's still got the drive cradle locked up. Doyle trying to fight out of it as he goes belly down, tries to make himself long, tried to block off the hips as Bonanno tried to step through and block that right knee of Matt Doyle. Doyle's going to fight out of it. Doyle now dives in on a double as he doesn't break the grip. Bonanno still has the drive cradle. 7-6. Our official hasn't put the 3 up on the board. But Nick Bonanno with 40 seconds left to go is going to keep that drive cradle locked up. He's going to scoop the right knee this time. Matt Doyle trying to block off the right knee of Nick Bonanno as he tries to adjust himself up on top of Doyle. Doyle doing everything he can to fight this thing off. He's going to pick up two. That's going to be a 3-point near fall by Doyle, or by Bonanno, a 2-point near reversal by Doyle. Now Doyle has Bonanno on his back. It's 9-9.
He's going to get a 3-point near fall.
He's going to pick up a 3-point near fall.
Wow.
And I tell you what,
Cardiac kid here.
Matt Doyle has 9 lives here today, Jamie, as he's going to win another one, 12-9. As Nick Bonanno, as he slaps the mat. And Matt Doyle is going to learn a lot today about staying in great position. And Indianola coach is taking his young man somewhere. Not sure where he's going, but he's not very happy as he escorted his wrestler off the edge of the mat and got probably some choice words, I would say, Jamie. But, that's wrestling.
Oh, it is, and that was a heck of a match coming back. And again, Matthew Doyle, second time kind of today we've seen him get caught, and he was able to come back and win that one. As Joe Prieb from Independence is going to take the match here. He's going to take on Hunter Vanderwall of Indianola.
Well, Vanderwall out quickly with a 2-point takedown on Prieb. This is a wild and crazy dual meet at 21-19 in favor of the Indianola Indians. You're looking at matching scores. Indianola beat Clear Lake beat Indianola 38-37, and Independence beat Clear Lake 43-27. So if you're looking at comparative scores,
and Iowa City West also beat Indianola, or Iowa City High, beat Indianola also today. And the final score of that one, they wrestled earlier. It was Iowa City High defeating Indianola 37-30.
Okay. Well, Vanderwall is going to try to throw a cross body right in on Joe Prieb. And there's a figure four. Vanderwall throws a figure four in on Prieb, and you can't do that. As his hips got a little bit low, and Vanderwall tried to pull himself back on top with a figure four on the body, and that's a no-no. Figure four anywhere now is illegal. Used to be around the head was okay, but they took that away a couple of years ago. So, still like that, Jamie, that chicken wing with a figure four on the head. That was a good one. All right, back to action, 2-1. Hunter Vanderwall up on Joe Prieb with a takedown. And now crossbody right by Vanderwall one more time. He's got the crossbody right in on the right side. He's got a power half Nelson on the left. And that was another figure four. Missed it. Vanderwall had another figure four in on Prieb. And now Vanderwall gets very high right. He's going to try to put both legs in. And now we got locked hands by Vanderwall. That's going to be another penalty point for Prieb. And this match is going to get tied up. So what if they caught that figure four, Jamie, and that locked hands? That would have been 2, and Prieb would have taken the lead on all penalty points.
Yeah, because which one would have stopped the other one, and it might not have got in that situation. But I tell you, that's Joe Prieb has all he's done is he's been trying to keeps coming to his feet and creating that motion. And it's really put Vanderwall in a tough spot, having to lock his hands the one time and had the figure four on the other.
5 seconds left to go. Crossbody right again by Vanderwall. Now he's got a chicken wing on the right side, a half Nelson with the left, and that's how that period's going to end. So for Joe Prieb, you may be thinking about that's going to be Vanderwall's choice, and he's going to choose down. So if it's Joe Prieb's choice, you might think about taking up and see what happens here. All right, Vanderwall. Hunter Vanderwall for Indianola will choose down. Prieb will ride on top, right the left side. So once again, Indianola on all fours. And Hunter Vanderwall belly down now, but Joe Prieb is doing a great job. He's got Vanderwall broken down with a tight waist. down inside wrist on the left. Reed riding parallel right now, trying to curl that left wrist underneath. 2-2 is our match score. 21-19 is our dual meet score in favor of the Indians from Indianola, trying to win their first duel of the day. And the Mustangs from Independence trying to go 3-0 on the day. That'd be a good day, Jamie, to come out here 3-0.
It really would. And, you know, yesterday they went 1-2, and to come out of here 3-3 on the weekend would be quite a deal for the Mustangs here.
Certainly would. There's a stand-up by Hunter Wall.
I guess it'd be 4-2.
Yes, indeed. Got stand-up by Vanderwall. A nice lift and return by Preeb. Again, we're knotted up at 2 with 48 seconds left to go. Preeb on top, riding an inside wrist on the left. Now deep thyroid with the right. That Syracuse spiral ride, very effective here for Preeb, as he's got Hunter Vanderwall belly down. But we've seen that before, where the Indians seem like they're taking a break underneath. Right now, Vanderwall is on all fours, not on all fours, as Preeb's got the left arm now on all fours. Now we're going to get stalling against Vanderwall. There's 1 point. Preeb's going to pick up a 1 point right there, Jamie. So all Preeb's points have been 3-2. All Preeb's points. There's a long switch attempt by Vanderwall. He's going to try to switch through an arm. Now Preeb has Vanderwall for a tilt. Preeb tried to switch, or excuse me, Vanderwall tried to switch through tried to switch with an arm behind his back, and Preeb caught him for a 2 count. That's a 2-point near fall. It's 5-2 now. Joe Preeb up 5-2. Coach Doyle out to the score table.
I think they're thinking it's Independence is arguing that after the figure 4 and the locked hands and then that stalling, it should be 2 points, but
we'll see. They're getting an explanation right now. Coach Doyle there trying to get and they got assistant coach Matt Shannon there keeping the books up. There, look, he's good with facts and figures, Jamie, so it's not a better scorekeeper around, so we'll see what happens. He's pointing that out to our official. And they're just asking for some clarification right now. And Coach Shannon, look at his body language, Jamie. I'm not sure he agrees with it, but that's the way it's going to be. Official a little bit. Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right, we're going to third period, and Joe Preeb's up 5-2. And Indianola Indians up 21-19 in our dual meet score here. So we've seen some craziness here today, Jamie, and
we're only 2 duels in.
Yeah. And it's all part of the day, you know. You get these guys wrestling the last dual meet of the weekend here, and you know, you start to see some emotions come out. And Joe Preeb now is Hunter Vanderwall, belly down 1 more time, inside wrist, roll it out to a bar. He's got the left arm trapped across his back, goes to a baseball grip. He's got 2 hands on that left wrist, trying to drive it across. Vanderwall playing the turtle again, belly down, head down, and trying to get that right knee up, trying to block off Joe Preeb from turning him. Preeb trying to cast himself over to the other side, and now Vanderwall will free that left wrist. Got left on. Now we're going to get stalling against Vanderwall. 2 points there, Jamie. So 2 points now for Joe Preeb. He will go up 7-2. And still working over Vanderwall, the senior from Indianola. Vanderwall came right out with a 2-point takedown in about the first 15 seconds of this match, but after that, it's been all Joe Preeb. Being very physical on top, just staying after it, Jamie.
Yeah, he is.
Basically what he's doing.
That's all he's done, and he builds himself a 7-2 lead. And I tell you what, Vanderwall has done nothing on the bottom. And you know, he could be called for stalling again here. Just really hasn't tried to come up, but Preeb looking to end the match.
Yeah, he scooped that left arm, and I went to a half belt, and it's just like Joe Preeb said, I've had enough. There's the fall. In 5:48, Joe Preeb will get the fall, and I think he finally has said, I've seen enough, I've had enough. I'm going to take matters into my own hands here I'm going to scoop the head and go under the arm and just drive him over, and he did. Outstanding job there by Joe Priest.
Yeah, it really was. It gets the fall and puts the Mustangs, finally gets them back in the lead here as they lead now 25-21, moving up to 170 pounds. So good job there by Joe Priest getting the fall. Like you said, just kind of saying, I've had enough of it.
Well, we're going to bump up to weight class 170 here, and the Indians will send Brennan Meacham to the mat, and Independence will send Cole Davis. I believe that is Cole Davis. Yes, it is. Cole Davis and Brennan Meacham. Meacham, very short, squatty body here for the Indians, and Cole Davis, long and lean. Nice snap down by Davis, trying to set up the cement mixer there off the front headlock, and Meacham is going to roll through with him. 133 and counting. Davis now goes to an ankle pick. Nice ankle pick, underhook. Textbook right there, ankle pick by Cole Davis. Underhook on the left side, lifts, jacks up Meacham, and then drops in on that ankle, on that right ankle. And I'm telling you what, set Meacham right to his backside. Now hard cross face from right to left. Brennan Meacham finds himself in a world of hurt here as Cole Davis is trying to set up a cross face cradle with 1:02 left. On the edge of the mat is Meacham. Meacham trying to find his way off the edge to get a restart. But Cole Davis, very physical with that crossface. Now he's going to go to near knee. He got a 1,001 count. Got that crossface. He went to the near knee and lifted it. Now he's trying to run a butcher out of it. Changes that crossface to a butcher. Tries to circle the head of Meacham. And Meacham is going to sit out and face Davis. Davis tries to hit him with a headlock, and Meacham's going to roll through, maybe pick up a 2-point reversal. No, he doesn't. Hasn't even picked up any points yet. As Davis traps his left knee and still maintains his control. 22 seconds left in period number one. Meacham now on top, trying to crossface, trying to stuff the head of Davis and might pick up a 1-point escape here. We'll see. As he's got the grip of Cole Davis broken, there's a 1-point escape by Brennan Meacham. And Davis going to drop right in. Going to dive in with 1 second, pick up 2 on the edge of the mat as Meacham relaxed. Davis took advantage of that, felt the pressure change, and picked up a 2-point takedown.
Great job there by Cole Davis. You know, you give up the escape, which you didn't want to do, really, and you're sitting there thinking you're only gonna have a 1-point lead going into that third period, but did a great job of diving in on that takedown.
Well, Meacham will choose down to start period number 2. You know, dual meets 4, 25-21 in favor of the Mustangs. They're trying to keep the lead here and win this third duel of the day. And there's a 1-point escape by Meacham. And Cole Davis goes right back to work, heavy on the head. He's really doing a great job snapping, pushing, shoving, changing levels. Now he drops in on a single. He's going to try to back trip Meacham. Meacham with a down block now. And Davis tries to switch off to a double. And Brennan Meacham has his hips buried right on the back of the neck of Cole Davis. As Davis tries to switch off to a double, he's going to back out. Now he's going to drop in on a high crotch and try to lock up a single with his head to the outside. Brennan Meacham is going to stuff the head of Cole Davis. Might get a stalemate right here. We'll see. Referee's going to let him wrestle. Has no change of position. Cole Davis now trying to back out. Front headlock now by Meacham. 58 seconds and counting in period number 2. 4-2. Cole Davis up now. We'll get a stalemate. We'll go back to our feet. There we go.
Yeah, these last couple of Indianola wrestlers have been really solid. You know, they're just tough guys that had a hard time. Independence wrestlers have had a tough time just being able to turn them in general, and you know, you give them a lot of credit. They really do refuse to just kind of go away in these matches.
Well, they do, and that's what Cole Davis is finding right here. As Brennan Meacham has an underhook on his right side, and he's trying to circle to the right and come right back with a high crotch. Long double shot on the edge of the mat by Cole Davis. 19 seconds left to go. Underhook now, collar tie now by Davis as he fights the underhook off. Meacham feels comfortable in that underhook series. Not scoring any points, but feels very comfortable with it. 5 seconds left to go. Elbow pass attempt by Meacham. Now we're going to get warning. Going to get a warning for stalling against Meacham as that period ends for back up. It's going to be Davis to choose down to start period number 3. Again, we found out, Jamie, you got to keep wrestling here. All day we have seen that. These first 2 duels, we have seen that. Crazy things have happened at the end of the period. So what's going to happen is going to go neutral. Davis shows down. Meacham is going to cut him loose. So we'll start third period. Sweep single attempt by Davis. Misses the mark. Reshot by Davis. Front headlock now by Meacham. Meacham's going to snap and try to spin around Davis. Got the corner. Meacham can cross face. Going to try to cross face Cole Davis. He's going to spin from left to right. He's got Cole Davis sitting on his hip. He's going to cover up the hips now. 5-4. Meacham is going to cut. Well, I thought he was going to cut Davis loose. And as Davis comes up, Meacham tried to throw a half Nelson in it. Davis now is going to turn and face Meacham. 1-point escape. 6-4. 1:18 left to go. Another Donnybrook we got going right here at weight class 170. Cole Davis and Brennan Meacham going at it. There's Meacham now with that underhook on the right side of Davis. Davis is going to have to back out and blocks off Meacham with his head. Ankle pick attempt by Davis. Meacham fights it off. Meacham right back to that underhook. 57 seconds left to go. Meacham with an underhook on the right side. Davis now with good hand control as he traps the right wrist of Brennan Meacham. Meacham in reverse gear right now. He's going to readjust off the underhook. Now to an elbow control. Collar tie by Davis. Retie by Meacham. 40 seconds left to go. 6-4 is your score. Pull Davis up. Davis now working good hand control up on top. Tries to snap Meacham down. 29 seconds left to go. The Nola coaching staff up on their feet trying to encourage their young man to pull the trigger here. Long shot attempt by Meacham, reshot by Davis. Davis finds himself down underneath. He's going to give up 2 points here, Jamie, as Meacham tries to cut the corner and spike the heel. No points there as Davis finds a way to get out of that. Meacham was circling. Hard whizzer by Davis. Meacham is going to drop in on a single. Davis fighting the single off with a hard whizzer. 4 seconds left to go in the match. And Meacham is not going to finish. Davis is going to finish.
Oof.
And that's a hard-fought 6-4 win for Cole Davis.
It was.
Wow.
Like we said, they refused to go away, and the Mustangs are going to get the win. It'll be 28-21, but still a hard-fought match for Cole Davis. And before we get to our next match, we'll take a short break and come right back. You're listening to Battle of Waterloo wrestling coverage right here on Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Bi-County Disposal Incorporated for all of your commercial and construction disposal needs. Best of luck to all area athletes and coaches from Bi-County Disposal Incorporated in Dyersville, serving Dubuque and Delaware counties.
The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and the Dyersville Commercial recognize the hard work and dedication of all area athletes. Check out the weekly sports section in the commercial for scores and information. The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and Dyersville Commercial, supporting your communities.
For fan food, not fast food, visit your after-the-game headquarters, Manchester Dairy Queen. It's quick, it's easy, your family will love it. Manchester Dairy Queen.
Back into Battle of Waterloo in Young Arena. Jay Hale, the wrestler here for Indianola, taking on Marcus Beatty from Independence.
Not listed in our program, Jamie, but
he's in the
picture.
team photo.
Yeah, we got him in the team photo. So that's kind of nice. All right. Fireman carry attempt by Jay Hale. And the freshman from Independence, Marcus Beatty. Long double shot by Beatty. And he's going to try to launch. He's going to try to launch Jay Hale. And that's a nice job by Beatty. He's going to pick up 2 as he just basically drove Hale over his hips and covered him up very quickly. Marcus Beatty showing some explosive power. We saw that in the first dual meet against Clear Lake, and now we're seeing it picking up right where he left off right here, and he's trying to set up a near side cradle. And Hale's going to have hand control. Now high crotch by Hale. Switches off to a fireman's carry. Marcus Beatty might be in trouble right here, Jamie. If Hale goes around the waist, he does. He's got a half Nelson in on Marcus Beatty. Beatty's going to have to roll out of it. He does. No back points there. No back points there for Hale. He's going to pick up a 2-point takedown. Now he leads 3-2 with 4 seconds left to go in period 1. Now he's got a chicken wing on Marcus Beatty, and that's how the period's going to end. So this is the lone dual meet left. I guess
they're on their first. They're on their last match.
All right. Match to our left.
Oh, no, that's going to end it.
Clear Lake winning by a forfeit there. It's going to be 37-36. Nope, 43-30. All right. Okay. All right, Marcus Beatty going to choose down to start the second. Tries the Granby roll, and Hale catches him, but he's going to have to roll out of it. As he didn't clear his ankles on that when they tried that Granby roll. Good movement, though, by Beatty, but he didn't clear his ankles. And Jay Hale from Indianola just basically covered his ankles up, stopped the motion, almost had Marcus Beatty on his back. Hale now's got a super chicken wing on the left side. Inside wrist on the right. Marcus Beatty showing that strength. I'll tell you what, freshman wrestling 182. He is certainly getting the job done.
And he wrestled 70 in the last duel.
Yeah, he did. Now he finds himself on his back here as Jay Hale runs that chicken wing. Moving up, there's a fall right there, Jamie. And 253, Jay Hale from Indianola will and you know what, Marcus Beatty not too happy about that, but you know, that's something a freshman's going to learn. And number one, you're going up a weight class, and number two, you got to keep your hands up in front. And when you feel that, when we talked about that the other night, Jamie, knowing the difference, well, you got to start fighting off your back before you get on your back, and there's a big difference there. And the freshman will figure it out.
Yeah, he will, and you know, he will figure it out. And you know, it's a situation where you've got to come out and you're going to learn that. And like you said, you can't discredit him as he moved up from 170 to wrestle 182 there. And now we've got a 1-point duel again here for the Mustangs. And we got a 1-point duel as it's going to be Tristan Cordes from Independence as he will be taking on Andrew Wolf of Indianola.
All right, and this Andrew Wolf is a long, tall drink of water here for Indianola. And tell you what, he's going to try to roll through double leg takedown by Wolf, and by Cordes, and Wolf is going to roll him through, elevate him, and roll him through. So, tell you what, Andrew Wolf at 195, listed as a junior in our program. Tristan Cordes is a senior, so hopefully that year of experience will pay off here. 28-27 is our dual meet score in favor of the Mustangs. And we've got 3 weights here to go, so this thing is far from being settled. May come down to the heavyweight match. Haven't seen a duel for a long time, Jamie, come down to the heavyweight match.
No, they draw them all anymore, and it's not too often. You know, it's really weird. You go from a long time ago where every dual meet started at 106, and all of a sudden you draw those dual meets, and it almost seems like you never start at 106 anymore.
Yeah. So this is kind of fun. All right, back to action. 19 seconds left to go. Cordes from Independence and Wolf from Indianola, 0-0. As both wrestlers have been in on some shots, but they haven't made them count here. There's a 2-on-1 by Wolf, and Cordes is going to square him off, and that's going to do it for period number 1, 0-0. Shots. Nothing has hit the mark, so we see whose choice it is. It's going to be, I believe, let's check and see, Green's choice. That's going to be Independent. So that's going to be Tristan Cordes' choice. He's going to choose down. So Andrew Wolf will ride on top, the right side. Nice stand-up by Cordes as he gets to his feet. Now he's trying to split hands. He does. He's going to pop his hip. He's going to turn and face Wolf for a 1-point escape. So he'll dent the scoreboard first, taking a 1-0 lead, courtesy of that very nice stand-up with great hand control. And we're going to go back to action on our feet as that first period, both wrestlers had some good shots, but good defense by both wrestlers also, has no points to show for it. 125 and counting. Staggered stance by Wolf. Staggered stance by Cordes. Wolf now goes to a square stance. Andrew Wolf, tall, lanky junior from Indianola, squaring off Tristan Cordes, short, stocky Tristan Cordes from Independence. 104 left to go in period number 2. Cordes now trying to work inside, and Wolf not having anything to do with it. Collar tie, hard collar tie now by Cordes, retied by Wolf. Wolf tries to control that left elbow of Tristan Cordes, and Cordes is going to stay inside position, being real heavy on the head right now, trying to pull the junior from Indianola down to his knees and down to the mat. I think if he'd snap hard, Jamie, I think if Tristan Cordes would snap hard on that head and then come right back with a double, I think he'd be able to hit the mark.
Well, that's actually it might actually put Wolf down on the mat, because he's kind of sitting there like his head's kind of diving towards the mat, and a good hard snap might not just allow him to set up a shot. It might allow him to just snap and spin.
We'll see. We got 11 seconds left to go, and I don't think Russ was content to collar tie. A lot of good hand fighting here, but only 1 point to show for it on the scoreboard. And we'll see whose choice it is. It's going to be Wolf's choice, Andrew Wolf's choice, and he's going to go neutral. Andrew Wolf will choose neutral, Jamie, and that's after all that, that should go right into the Tristan Cordes should appreciate that. Hey, don't have to ride. So here we go. We're going to settle this thing on our feet. Those shots that second period, we had some good shots the first period, but right now Tristan Cordes is content. He's got a hard collar tie, elbow pass attempt by Wolf. And no shot at the leg, though. He passed the elbow, but he didn't drop in, didn't change his level, and attacked the right knee of Cordes. And Cordes is going right back to that hard collar tie. There's a duck under attempt by Cordes. Drops in on a single. Let's see if he can finish it. And no dice there as they go off the edge of the mat. That's a really nice job of counting. That's a great shot by Cordes. He dropped in on that single, and Wolf fighting that thing off on the edge of the mat. 108 and counting. Dual meet score is 28-27 in favor of the Mustangs with 3 matches left. And Wolf has yet to take an offensive shot in the second or third period. There's a long shot by Wolf, and we're finding out why, Jamie. As that shot was, he kept that head down, and that, give Tristan Cordes credit there for being heavy on the head, and that showed the dividends right there.
Yeah, it really did, and you could see, that's why we weren't seeing a lot of shot attempts by Wolf, excuse me. So nice job there by Tristan Cordes. You needed that takedown just to kind of give yourself a more comfortable lead, and he definitely took advantage of it.
So back to neutral as Wolf scored a 1-point escape. Now he dives right in on a single, and he's got the right leg of Tristan Cordes bent at the knee. 10 seconds left to go. Wolf trying to cut the corner. Cordes in a long down block. Now he's going to pick up a 2. Nice defensive takedown there by Tristan Cordes, as he will go up now 5-1 and win this match. That's just a hard-fought match, weight class 195. As Tristan Cordes will win that by a score of 5-1, and that's going to make our team score now 31-27.
Yeah, just a couple matches left to go, as Independence has won 7 matches and Indianola's won 5. And this goes back to what you said before we started this duel, Roger. Indianola came into this last duel 0-2, got beat to both teams that Independence had already beaten. And it's a matchup thing. And how close is this duel? 31-27. And just the way they've been wrestling, you could see that's why Indianola was that last team. They do not give up pins either. Yep. As we move to weight class 220, it's going to be Christian Kramer from Independence taking on Wes Hogard of Indianola.
All right, Christian Kramer moving up from 195 to wrestle at 220, and Wes Hogard is a regular 220-pounder, and he is a senior for the Indianola Indians. Indianola in their gray singlets with the purple piping down the legs and the gold bands around their legs. And course, Independence in their traditional gray singlets with the maroon piping and the maroon back panel. So we are underway here at weight class 220. So if you're Christian Kramer, Jamie, you're giving up some weight. You're moving from 195 up. So changes your strategy just a little bit. Probably not going to see a lot of shots underneath the heavier Hogard.
Yeah, and you can see very clearly as the two come out here that there's definitely a weight advantage early on here. As right there, you talked about taking that shot as Kramer shot in as just a snap and spin by Hogard, but a nice quick switch by Christian Kramer, and that might be his advantage, is his quickness, as Hogard was unable to keep up with Kramer.
Yeah, we're going to get potentially dangerous right there, because coming out on the switch, Christian Kramer grabbed the right wrist and rolled that to a bar, and had Hogard going to his back, and Hogard stood up, so he called potentially dangerous because that arm was still trapped around his back. So 2-2, not enough of deuces. There's a long switch by Hogard, re-switch by Kramer. Hogard's going to push his way up and stay on top. He's got control right now. Kramer trying to worm his way out of it. Now Hogard's going to cast himself back behind, and that'll be a 4-2. Good scrambling.
Yeah, especially for 220. Switch and re-switch is, off of a takedown. And I really liked what Kramer did there, is hitting that switch immediately, and then he got switched again, and it quickly went right back to an opposite, a re-switch going the opposite way. Just about picked up the reversal again.
The lack of action we saw at weight class 195, these guys are making up for it right here as a one-point escape by Hogard. He goes up now 5-2. Again, our dual meet scores 31-27 in favor of the Mustangs. And like you said, Jamie, the Indianola Indians are not going away. There's a snap attempt by Hogard. Kramer long and tall and lean. There's a long shot by Kramer in deep on the hips of Hogard. Hogard's going to sprawl. Got those heavy hips right now. Kramer finds himself underneath Hogard one more time. We saw Hogard snap and spin and score 2 here earlier, and he's going to do it again as he covers the hips of Kramer up. Now he's got a Turk in, and Kramer's going to have to scissor his legs and fight out of the Turk, which he does. But Hogard now up 7-2, Jamie. A major decision. This dual meet would be tied going into the heavyweight match.
I was just kind of getting ready to say that, Independence with a win would seal this meet away. But now all of a sudden, like you said, we're nearing a major decision here with 40 seconds left to go in the second period.
Hogard up on top. He's got the hips of Christian Kramer flat, pasted to the mat, and he's working the inside wrist series. Now a half Nelson by Hogard, and Kramer's going to peel that off. Kramer now is going to try to come to a short sit-out. Inside wrist now by Hogard. 25 seconds left to go in period number 2. Inside wrist by Hogard. Kramer now trying to get his hips up. He does, so Hogard's going to pop out to the outside. Now a half Nelson. Inside wrist half Nelson by Hogard, and Kramer will have to fight the half Nelson off. 9 seconds left to go. Hogard takes a peek at the clock. Listens to his coach there. He's going to ride him out for the last 4 seconds. So we're going to go to period number 3 with Wes Hogard, the senior from Indianola, leading this match 7-2, and it's going to be Kramer's choice, and he's going to choose down, Jamie. All right.
Well, let's see him hit that switch. He tried right off the bat, as Hogard did a good job of stopping that first move, that initial switch. That's what he tried, and it was a good effort by Kramer, but good job by Hogard to fight that off and know that it was coming.
Exactly right. So Christian Kramer's got some work to do in the match. I'd love to see a switch again to the near fall points to tie this up. 5-point move. Now we're going to get stalling against Kramer as Hogard goes right back to work on that inside wrist. Inside wrist with the left. And every time Christian Kramer gets up to his base, Hogard reaches back and pulls the hips. But Jamie, you're off to the side. It's that Syracuse ride. You're off to the side with it, and Now Hogard right in parallel. He's going to bump to the outside left side, inside wrist, 109 left to go. Kramer's trying to get that inside wrist, that left wrist free, and Hogard having nothing to do with it. And Kramer's head is down. Now he gets up. Kramer's been warned for stalling. So Hogard's going to drive him forward with that left inside wrist. 52 seconds. Hogard's going to take a look at the clock. And continue to ride that inside wrist. There's a half Nelson by Hogard. And Kramer will peel that off one more time. And that's going to be stalling against Kramer, Jamie. And Hogard's going to take that major. It's going to be 9-2 now. 9-2. So we'll see if
really surprised they haven't cut him loose.
They're going to cut him loose now. It's going to be 9-3. 9-3 with 25 seconds left to go. So Indianola trying to work on a major. Oh, there's a nice snap and spin. Off by Kramer. He's got Hogard on his back with a whip over. 12 seconds. There's a fall of Jamie Vaske. Christian Kramer with a whip over as Hogard tries to get a little bit greedy. Christian Kramer snaps, goes to a whip over, pitches Wes Hogard to his back for a fall. In 5:50, Jamie. 10 seconds left to go in the match, and Indianola's going to ice this dual meet win right there.
Yeah, Independence.
Yes, indeed. Independence is going to ice this duel right there with a fall in 5:50. Unbelievable. You're down 9-3.
Yeah.
Again, whistle to whistle.
Yep.
Whistle to whistle.
And that's it. He did a great job, and like you said, iced it away. You know what? He had him right where he wanted him the entire time. As we're going to bump up to heavyweight.
He lulled him to sleep.
Yes, right.
5 minutes and 50 seconds. Christian Kramer lulled Wes Hogard to sleep.
I mean, Drew Evans for Independence is our final match here. The heavyweights, Drew Evans taking on Jalen Smith of Indianola.
Yeah, Smith, Drew Evans will have the height, the size advantage here. So, going at it, trying to finish the thing. 37-27 right here in the dual meet score. And that was quite a match there. 5:50, Christian Kramer ices the victory for the Independent Mustangs. They're going to go 3-0 today. A great day for the Mustangs. And Drew Evans would not like to do nothing more than put an exclamation point on this with a solid win over Jalen Smith. Smith looks like he's very powerful. Doesn't have him, but he's got very muscular, very big legs here, very broad shoulders. And Drew Evans up on top in the front headlock trying to snap Smith down. And Smith having nothing to do with it right there as he faces off Evans. 58 seconds. A final duel. The other 7 duels are done, Jamie. And we got some coaches loading up their buses and heading out. And you know what? We're going to have some action.
Yeah, they're kicking everybody out of here.
They are. About an hour and a half, we're going to have some unbelievable action. Right for a nice snap and spin by Drew Evans as he catches Jalen Smith relaxing. So he snapped that head down and spun around. Now Drew Evans trying to set up a cross base. Got a cross base from right to left. Latches on to the right elbow, or excuse me, the left elbow of Jalen Smith. Trying to set that butcher up. Hard cross base again by Evans. Let's see if he can set a cross base cradle up. He's got that left knee of Jalen Smith looking at him. Now he's going to go to a butcher. He's going to circle ahead of Jalen Smith. Smith posting, and not going to be able to turn it. So Evans will go back behind and covers hips up for the last 7 seconds of period number 1. And Evans doing a good job working that cross base from right to left, and that's going to do it. Good first period by the big guy from Independence. Going to be his choice. He's going to defer over to Smith. And let's see what Smith decides to do. He looks to his coaches and says, what do I do? Let's see where his coaches put him. His coaches aren't paying attention to him right now. Now they're going to put him down. Oh, they weren't. You see that? None of them. They were talking to Wes Hogard. Jalen Smith whatsoever. And Smith was looking for some help. So they're going to put him down. So that's okay with Drew Evans. He's going to flatten him out.
I probably didn't realize what just happened in that first period, how he just about got turned over in a butcher. And maybe neutral might have been a good option there.
I would say so. Something. Drew Evans up on top now, riding that inside wrist. That Syracuse ride, that spiral ride. Doing a great job with it. He's got Jalen Smith pasted to the hard cross face by Evans again. Smith now gets up on all fours. And Smith is up in four. Smith forward and knock him off his face. Now power half Nelson by Drew Evans. On the way, pop out and run it. As he does, Smith is going to peel it off. And Drew Evans will pop back right. So back and forth goes Drew Evans. 105 and counting. Now we're going to get stalling against Jalen Smith. This might be a dual meet, Jamie, where we've seen more stalling calls than in this dual meet. There's a lot during the course of the year that we've seen. All right, 48 seconds. Evans up on top. Smith with his head buried and trying to run a power half Nelson is Drew Evans. And Smith now with his head buried in the mat. And Evans trying to get out to the right side and run that. Not having any luck with it. Now it pops over to the right side, now, or left side, now back to the right side. Inside wrist, half Nelson. Now it should be stalling again underneath as Drew Evans is trying to run that inside wrist. Got the inside wrist out, now to a bar. Left wrist is out. Let's see if we can bump Smith to his back and end this thing. 14 seconds left to go, and it looks like we're going to go to period number 3. There's a half Nelson, and Smith will peel that half Nelson off. And that's going to do it for period number 2. So we will go to period number 3 with Drew Evans leading 2-0. And he's going to go down. Drew Evans will go down, and Jalen Smith will ride on top, and it looks like he will ride the left side. Jalen Smith, the sophomore from Indianola, will ride the left side, and Drew Evans outside, inside stand-up, and he's going to split the hands of Jalen Smith. Now we're going to neutral. Good hand control by the big guy from Independence. Let's see if he can snap and spin again. Hard collar tie by Smith, retied by Evans. Evans now with the tie with his right, underhook with his left. Let's see if he can set this thing up. He's got a whip over. There it is, right there it is, Jamie Vaskey. It's a fall. He said it. Let's see if he can end this thing. He's got Jalen Smith on his back. Went to a hard collar tie, snapped him down, hit him with a whip over. Now he's going to readjust the tee. That should be a fall. There's the fall right there in 4:36. Drew Evans puts the exclamation point on this win by the Independence Mustangs. We're going to take a short time out here. Jamie's adding up all the key facts as the Mustangs go 3-0 on the day. Stay with us. Jamie will have his recap, and then he'll talk a little bit about this afternoon and evening schedule. You won't want to miss it. You listen to Hold by Hold action from Young Arena. They're in the Battle of Waterloo on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
It's no secret that people come to Fairway in Manchester for their famous meats, but as you dash back to the counter to pick up your USDA choice ribeyes, don't be surprised if you find yourself lingering among the delicious fruits and vegetables in the produce department. Shop Fairway in Manchester for low prices and all your grocery needs.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents like me, Julie Smith, can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business insurance, I can dig into the playbook and help you find the affordable coverage you need. For all your insurance needs, call on a winning team, the Julie Smith State Farm Agency in Manchester.
J&D Catering and Suites in New Vienna provides exceptional handcrafted food, whether a cocktail buffet, formal dinner, or a themed event. Let Diane and her staff create a customized menu sure to wow your guests. They offer an extensive specialty cupcake and cake menu. Call or check them out on Facebook. Let J&D Catering and Suites set your next special event above the rest.
Hi, this is Chris Henry, Service Manager at Brown Sales and Leasing in Elkader. Our goal is to make your car buying experience the best possible, and our factory-certified technicians are dedicated to you and your vehicles. Stop in and see us at Brown Sales and Leasing in Elkader, or visit us online at 4browns.com. Your hometown dealer, wherever your hometown may be.
Back into Young Arena, Jamie Vaskey, Roger Reed, along with you as Independence finishes their day 3-0 with a 43-27 win over Indianola. As the Mustangs, again today, 3-0, and on the weekend they finished 4-2. As we started this duel at 106 pounds. It was Dalton Hoover of Independence. He was pinned by Ryder Downey in 1 minute and 8 seconds. put Indianola up 6-0. At 1:13, Isaiah Weber tied the duel with a fall in 3 minutes and 22 seconds over Bryce Aldrich of Indianola. At 1:20, it was Thomas Madison with a 3-minute 24-second fall over Chandler Lowry. That made it 12-6 Mustangs. And then Indianola came back with a 4-0 win from Trey Cass over Jackson Holt. That made it 12-9. Holden Griffith picked up a 13-5 major decision over Brock Elbert at 1:32, making it 16-9 Mustangs. And then Indianola went on a little bit of a run as Camden Lloyd from Indianola picked up a fall in 4 minutes and 26 seconds over Caleb Straw of Independence. Caleb Cloberdans of Indianola picked up a 4-minute 36-second fall over Brady Webb of Independence. And at 1:52, Matthew Doyle, the cardiac kid, had to come back again and pick up a 12-9 win over Nick Bonanno, made it 21-19 in favor of Indianola. Independence got a pin from Joe Preeb at 160 over Hunter Vanderwall in 5 minutes and 48 seconds. At 170, Cole Davis picked up a 6-4 win over Brennan Meacham and made it 28-21 Mustangs. At 182, Marcus Beatty losing by fall to Jay Hale of Indianola in 2 minutes and 53 seconds. At 195, Tristan Cordes with a 5-1 win over Andrew Wolf of Indianola, made it 31-27 Mustangs. And Christian Kramer sealed the deal for Independence as he was losing 9-3 and picks up a fall with 10 seconds left to go in the match in 5 minutes and 50 seconds to win that match, to make it 37-27. And Drew Evans with a fall at heavyweight made it 43-27 Mustangs as he pinned Jalen Smith in 4:36. The match totals 18 takedowns for the Mustangs, 12 for Indianola. One major decision for Independence, 0 for Indianola. Independence had 5 falls, Indianola with 4, and Independence won 9 matches. Indianola won 5 as Independence wins the 6th place pool. As some scores from that last round in Pool 5, your champion is Cedar Rapids Prairie as they defeated North Scott 41-36. Independence is the Pool 6 champions. Pool 7, I believe Charles City won Pool 7. Yes, they did, as they defeated Pleasant Valley 42-38. Nashua Plainfield defeated Waterloo West 60-15. And your Pool 8 champions today, Waterloo East, as they were very excited down there, going 3-0 today, including a 44-26 win over Mason City, as Wapsie Valley defeated Waterloo Columbus 42-18. Coming up here yet this afternoon in about a little over an hour, we are going to have the championship, 2nd place, 3rd place, and 4th place brackets or pools coming your way. As in the championship bracket, we will have West Delaware taking on West Des Moines Valley, as West Delaware will take on West Des Moines Valley at 3. And then the next one will be West Delaware and Don Bosco, and finish up tonight with West Delaware taking on Waverly Shell Rock. In the 2nd place pool, Western Dubuque will cover them as well, as they will take on Cedar Falls, Denver, and then Davenport Assumption. So we'll have that for you coming up here. And we'll come back on the air a little before 3 o'clock to get this thing kicked off here, as we want to thank our extra Battle of Waterloo sponsors, Bi-County Disposal Incorporated, Kleesner Sanitation, Meyer Mechanical, and the Winthrop Locker. So that'll do it for us for now. We'll talk to you in a little over an hour. For Roger Reed, I'm Jamie Vaskey, and you're listening to the 2018 Battle of Waterloo from Young Arena in Waterloo, right here on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.